Why are there so many misconceptions about Qi, especially in the West?
This is actually a really important question that hopefully is gonna get answered properly in this video today. And on today's video, I will show you a few Qi exercises that I used to do when I was a practitioner of a specific Eastern martial arts. And also we're gonna get to see if I can survive a real life mugging scenario. Stay tuned, this is gonna be awesome. All right, welcome back to Magic Isn't Real, the place where we analyze what's magic and what's reality. And I gotta say something, in this journey or try to research the supernatural, the concept of Qi comes out a lot. It is actually what started it all, because I was also a practitioner. I was also a martial artist. I still am, but I started, specifically with like Eastern martial arts, and there was a lot of talking about Qi and gathering Qi energy. And I stumbled across this video called I Experience Qi Force. Now, this channel honestly is a channel that I am not familiar with. Jesse and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I apologize if I'm not. I didn't have much time to look up at the other videos, but I can see that you are a martial artist. You have a passion. I see that you have a video where you have interviewed Steven Seagal, which is amazing. I guess having almost 1 million subscribers gets you to these places. So not gonna lie, I'm a little bit jealous. I hope one day to get to that point where I also can get to interview like amazing people. As far as I can tell, you seem to be genuine. You seem to be like a genuine martial artist, just like me, who simply wants to know if there is such thing as Qi and Qi energy, and if there is, can we use it in our daily life? Let me show you my reaction and let me give you my thoughts on what I think is going on this video and whether or not Qi is a thing.
That Qi very often is translated as energy. Which energy? Well, the energy which is nourishing, making all of our lives possible.
There seems to be a misconception on this word energy. So I want to make like something clear, and this isn't an issue. I just like to establish kind of the rules of the conversation that's going to go ahead. Science, okay? In terms of science and physics and stuff like that, energy is the potential to do work. That's it. In this kind of situation, what I think is happening is that we're going into a more philosophical meaning of the word energy.
Shaolin monks can use their Qi to perform supernatural feats.
Now, please, I want to demonstrate to you something. I want to show you something. But before I do that, I want you to understand that I'm not taking anything away. Those martial arts demonstrations are damn impressive and they require training. Some of them are actually dangerous. But saying that they use Qi energy to perform those feats, it's, in my opinion, partially incorrect. Let me show you. Come with me. All right, before I demonstrate this, it is truly important that you listen carefully. Do not, I repeat, do not try this at home unless you have trained it for many years, okay? This is a real fork, a real metal fork. You can't actually stab something, okay? There's nothing over here. I got nothing on my throat, nothing at all. Now watch. Bend it. Yes, it's a little bit sore over here. Yes, it is a little bit painful, but if you position it properly and if you position your body properly and you know how to bend the fork with the right movement, nothing bad is gonna happen to you. Now, is this the power of Qi, or is it again just physics, just body mechanics? I'll let you decide. One thing is for sure, it's a stupid thing to do and you shouldn't do it either way. Okay, so now please, I beg of you, please do not be that guy who goes in the comment section and says stuff like, oh, when I see you do it with a spear and you break the full spear on your throat, then you can make fun of these people. Then you can say it's not Qi. That was not the point of my demonstration. This is a skill that needs to be trained, okay? It's not an easy thing to do. It needs to be trained, and those Shaolin monks train for many years to do that. What is in question here is Qi energy. Those that exist. Is it the actual thing that makes this work? Or someone like me who doesn't even believe in Qi energy can still do those things because it's just body mechanics and physics? What are we talking about here?
I'm sorry to make it like so yeah, sometimes a little bit too simple, yeah. But
Okay.
if I smash the stone, I can't think about like what I would like to eat
No, right.
in the moment of impact. I know very, very well how I have to be like to increase my probability that that stone smashes. The alignment of my skeleton, the distribution of tension or relaxation inside the body. This is all for me the area of chi.
It is an answer that actually puts things in perspective, and I have massive respect for this master, because ultimately chi energy is a way to put his mind in the moment on the thing that he needs to do to increase the probability of that thing working. And then he even mentioned focusing your body so much that you know where your positioning is, you know your entire skeleton that has to be aligned in order to give that proper shot. And that is amazing. Let me show you another thing that I used to do when I used to practice kind of this type of exercise to develop your chi. All right, back in the day when I used to practice martial arts, one of the exercises that we used to do to collect chi energy was to try to switch off a candle using the power of chi. And the master will tell you to focus on the candle and focus on your internal energy. Bring it from the ground all the way across your body, all the way until it shoots out of your hand. Just like that. Now, is it chi energy, or is it the fact that I put way more effort into my movement and it generates way more hair going through the candle, therefore turning it off? Now, whether or not this is chi energy of just simple physics, we can all agree on one thing. This is the most inefficient way to turn off a candle ever. Now, please, once again, I'm not taking anything away. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this thing for a very specific reason that I'm going to mention in a moment, because they're going to talk about it in the video right now.
I've seen some people knock out other people from a distance without even touching them.
This is it. This is why I created all of this. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I have to be harsh when I explain that it's just physics and body mechanics and it's not like chi energy. Because you see, it's one thing that you train your body, that you focus on knowing how your body works to the point that you can give a stronger strike and you understand the mechanics of it, and you need to think of it as chi energy because it helps you just in your training. That's one thing. And it's another thing, making up nonsense that's never going to work and it never worked before, because that's dangerous.
So you talk about no touch.
Yes, exactly.
I have no doubt that these type of demonstrations, they have some purpose, let's say like this. But to claim that it would be a technique to like throw people around,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I gotta give this guy massive props and massive respect for being the first master I've ever seen talk about this and saying the words, I don't know. That is amazing, and I have to give him massive respect. Now, he is not convinced that this thing can happen, probably because he's never experienced it, probably because he must have met maybe a fraud or 2 or 3. Also, he's acknowledging that he doesn't know everybody in the world. He doesn't know every scenario, so there might be something out there. He just doesn't know it. Is it that hard? Is it that hard to say, I don't know? The other thing that he said, I actually, on the other hand, have massive issues with, which is you can't just say, I don't doubt that those demonstrations have a certain purpose and then not telling us what you think that purpose is. Because in my opinion, those demonstrations have only one purpose, which is stealing money from you.
Why are there so many misconceptions about chi, especially in the West?
Also for myself, I was never...
I don't know how to explain this, and I even left a comment actually on the channel that maybe is never gonna get an answer, but there is a weird editing, and it really looks like he gave an answer that for some reason was cut out of the video.
Why are there so many misconceptions about chi, especially in the West?
Also for myself, I was never interested in anything like chi or energy in the first place. When I started my martial art training, it was just kung fu training, jumping high, making the acrobatics, throwing as many punches as possible in the circle.
Okay, so am I going crazy, or he's just answering to a completely different question? And now listen, I want to tell you what I think it happened, but this is just speculation, okay? Jesse, I don't know. I would love for you to maybe answer my comment, or like if you ever seen this video, I don't think you will, but if you ever seen this video, I would love to know if you actually cut something out of the interview or if I'm just imagining things. But and again, this is all speculation. What I think the problem is that the answer of that question is pretty simple. The question is why there's so much misconception in the West specifically about, chi energy. And it's a simple answer. It's because of fraudster and scammers. Because these people take advantage of the fact that there's a lot of misconception in order to sell you their bogus no-touch classes. I'm sure this guy has an honest martial arts school and I'm sure that they train properly. I read in the comment that he has a lot of students that they're saying that he has changed their life. And I'm like, that's amazing. He's an amazing master. But I still don't understand. What is it so difficult to say that there are frauds and scammers? Is this something that has to do with the Chinese government? I don't want to go full on conspiracy theory here. But like, are you afraid that if you acknowledge that if you let the Westerner know that the scams exist, you're going to get in trouble? Again, this is all speculation. I'm going completely off the rail. As a matter of fact, let's stop this.
And so if the viewers at home want to train and develop their chi, is there any exercise that you could teach me?
Okay.
Just bring the palms very close to each other. Inhale. Exhale. Now focus like on the space in between the hands.
Okay.
Wait, am I supposed to feel something? Because I'm feeling a tingling sensation.
Keep going.
So I just want to say that, again, if this is just an exercise for you to visualize, for example, what it means to be more aware of your body, then sure. But if now we're going to get to the point of trying to say that some sort of like mystical energy is now forming in between your hands, well, no. Thing is that we are not constantly aware of every single part of our body. Do me a favor, like next time you take a walk, try to focus on the tip of your toe. Like just focus on the sensation that you get from the tip on your toe. Like try to take the walk barefoot as well, and you will see how many things just the tip of your toes like feels when you take a walk, but you don't think about it because you don't have to think about it. My point is right now, Jesse has maybe never done this type of thing, and just the movement with the breathing. First of all, you're breathing and you're moving your hands, which means you're increasing circulation of the blood. So of course you're gonna start feeling a tingling of the hands, also because you're now suddenly focusing on whatever sensation is supposed to be between your hands, which normally you don't do because you don't have to do. And again, oh my God, I'm not trying to be a dick here. I have no choice until, and I'm never going to be tired of saying this, but until there's going to be scammers and fraudsters, I'm going to have to point it out.
I'm not kidding. Seriously, is this placebo?
What's happening is, first of all, you focus the mind in between the space between the palms. When do you normally do this? Never.
Right.
Yes.
Never. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
That's true.
First of all, what we have is a heightened concentration for this area. This point and this point is called the Laogong.
Okay.
From Chinese traditional medicine. We are able, if there is something like qi, like energy, then it easily emits from this part and from this part.
The way he phrased the answer was a bit weird because he said, if there is such thing as chi energy, that's where it would come out. It's a bit of a weird thing to say because if you don't know whether there's such a thing as chi energy, how can you know that it would definitely come out from those points?
We look at how to apply this in the martial arts.
We can try some games.
Okay.
So let's go.
Exciting.
Okay, this might be the most important question so far, which is whether or not you can actually apply this, let's call it this method, this way of thinking about your body into an actual fighting situation, because I'm assuming that's what they're talking about here.
These are some type of practices that you can use for your audience looking at home.
Okay, great.
So let's do very simple.
Okay.
We stay right leg next to each other. My hand touches him here. And my job is I just try to stand stable. His job is going to be he starts to bring me off balance. If he starts to push, okay. So I'm going to move. You try to push me. Can make it easy. See, okay. There's no alignment. The amount of tension, relaxation in the body is not properly there. So you go again. Now it's different.
Yeah, so I'm trying to push you, but nothing's happening.
So that means in the moment I become aware for how does my skeleton look.
When the master focuses on his internal state, he's able to maintain his structure, because where attention goes, energy flows.
I don't doubt that this guy is incredibly fit. Don't doubt that his method of like teaching people how to be in the moment, how to understand where your body is in a certain position, and therefore being like more like present and being able to use force when you need to use force and being more relaxed when you need to be relaxed, especially when doing this kind of demonstration. I don't doubt that this guy knows a lot about this. I don't doubt that this guy can probably beat the shit out of me. But let's be a little bit realistic over here. They were playing a game.
We can try some games.
And I'm sure it's a great game for you to learn about balance and for you to learn about how to control your body. But when it comes to real scenarios, you will be caught by surprise. Like nobody position himself in a stand and waits for you to position yourself in a stand. And then we see who can push each other around. Sure, you need good balance. Sure, you need to be fit. But also, sure, you need to train for real life scenario. And what happens here in South Africa a lot is that a mugger will catch you by surprise. He will reach out behind you and he will put a knife on the back of your leg, right under your bum. They usually do that because this way the knife is concealed. So they can be really close to you and people around, maybe they don't notice that they have a knife. Now, give this person whatever it is that they're asking you. Please don't fight for your belongings. It's absolutely not worth it. But at the same time, I can tell you that in a scenario like this where you didn't know this was going to happen, because let's face it, if you knew you were going to be attacked, it's not even that you're going to position yourself in a stand. Like you wouldn't be in that place at that moment. These people are criminals. They've been doing this their entire life. You are maybe have trained and do some sort of balance exercise, not even every day. Maybe you go to this gym like once a week because you don't have time because you have an actual day job. Okay. And again, I'm not like shitting on this thing. I'm just telling you that if you want to defend yourself for real life, you're going to have to train for real life. So I asked one of my friends from the gym, from my self-defense gym, to actually simulate this scenario. Simulate the scenario of me just walking, getting caught by surprise, knife is under my bum, and just to see if I practice this a lot, if I can get out of the situation alive. And again, first thing first, you give away all your belongings. Like the only thing I would say is that you fight when your life is in danger, okay? But anyway, I wanted to try this scenario, so I did it at the gym. Here's the clip of me doing it. Enjoy. All right, before all the haters starts commenting shit in the comment section, let me say a very few obvious thing. Obvious thing number one is not using a real life. Obvious thing number two, we are at the gym, we are friends, and we are training. Obvious thing number three, my friend is not a criminal, and he was probably not being as aggressive as an actual criminal can be. And obvious thing number, where are we? 4. Number 4 is that I actually have never been attacked like this before. So even though I pulled off the move at the gym, I don't have a guarantee that it's going to work in real life. I will never know until it actually happens in real life. And I hope it never happens. So I don't mind not finding out. But one thing that I can tell you is that we do practice real life scenario. Someone in our gym has been mugged like that. So we know that's a thing that happened, and we tried to come up with the easiest way out if you have to defend your life. And we practice that over and over and over until it becomes pretty much like a muscle memory and you can pull it off. Whether it's gonna work or not, I don't know. That's where, even if you can do the move perfectly, there's just way too many variables. The guy could be much bigger than you, maybe much smaller. You know, maybe you are wearing the wrong shoes or your pants are too tight on that day. There's just too many variables. But there's one thing I can tell you, it is a solid move. Like in class, it works almost like 80% of the time. So I want to say that in real life, maybe we can give it to a 50% of the time. And I'll tell you what, that 50%, it's better than knowing absolutely nothing. And it is better than thinking that you will be able to get out of the situation using any sorts of chi power of chi or chi energy whatsoever. So if you still don't understand what it is that I'm trying to do here, I don't know what to tell you. If you still don't understand why I'm so animate about whether or not this supernatural power exists, it's because of this. When you have like schools, not them, they're great. His interview was great. Jesse is a great guy, and he actually has a bunch of videos on self-defense. They look pretty legit. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's other people out there who unfortunately sell you bullshit that's gonna kill you in the street. You know what? Learning this nonsense, no touch power or whatever, is actually worse than knowing nothing. You have more chance of surviving an attack like that if you know nothing about martial arts, as opposed to having your head fill in with like nonsense like chi energy and whatnot. And again, this is not on them. It's not on them. But I gotta tell you, this video almost crossed the line. So please, if you're gonna make a follow-up on this chi energy thing, just take into consideration that the fraudster exists and the fraudster are putting people lives in danger. That's all I'm asking. Just acknowledge it. I'm just asking you to acknowledge it. Rather than that, please keep your chi philosophy however you want to keep it. And if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. As you can see, I am trying a new setup. I'm doing more of a reaction type of stuff and not so much of like replicating claims of the supernatural, mostly because I'm running out of things to replicate. Seriously, I'm so over doing Psywill videos. You have no idea. I'm tired of watching Psywill videos and I'm tired of replicating Psywill videos. But anyway, I'm also planning to do my very first live stream. Still need to ask you, if you're still here, to leave in the comment what would be a great day and a great time for you to be part of this live stream, for you to actually, ask me some question and have a conversation throughout the live stream. So please give me a day and give me a time and put your time zone next to the time so that I also know where do you live, so I can kind of figure out when can I do this live stream. Rather than that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget that I still have a Patreon page with lots of magic tutorial in it and lots of behind the scenes. I haven't been posting there in a while, but if you haven't checked it yet, please check it out. That would be really appreciated. And I shall see you next time. Peace out.